afternoon, this chilly afternoon in Perth, but it's beautiful and sunny. Quite stunning, actually, quite stunning. Yesterday I was facilitating a mentoring group and we were talking about different issues and blockages of where people were at, and one of them, hi Amy Rose, one of them was about, hey Gaz, thanks for tuning in. Michelle, lovely to have you here. One of them was about the fear of success, and we kind of unpacked that a little bit more, and it was really interesting to see the imposter syndrome rear its ugly head. Now, what is, hi Sarah, the imposter syndrome? It's a really common, very common, what's the word, stage that some of us can go through, and it's where we feel that we've got to where we are, but it's been accidental, and it's not through our own, hey Annette, it's not through our own skills or expertise or the hard work that we've put in over the years. It's just that we've kind of made it there, and that somebody's going to uncover that we're actually a fraud and that we shouldn't be where we are. That's basically the summary of the imposter syndrome. So you're doing what you're doing, you could be highly successful, but deep down, hey Gabriella, deep down there's this feeling that you're not good enough, you don't deserve to be where you are, and that sooner or later somebody's going to expose the truth and, you know, highlight that you're not what you say you are. Now, of course, this is untrue, but it's just one of those little voices that lives between our ears, and sometimes our biggest enemy can be between our two ears, and we've really got to take steps to confront it, to deal with it, and to release it and to move on. Because if we don't do that, if we don't address the imposter that's within us, or that fraudster, it'll really stifle our business growth. It'll stop us moving forward, because we're always going to have this little thing in the back of our mind going, you're not good enough, you can't do this, you're not who you say you are, they're going to find out. You know, does anybody else, can anyone relate to what I'm seeing? I'm getting a bit of love here, so obviously that's resonating with someone. And it's really common. This is not just a one-off thing. This happens to so many people, probably all of us at some stage where we think, we're doing it, but how are we doing it? And surely someone's going to find out. And it was really interesting yesterday just to see that conversation occur. And it's something that I've certainly been taught. You can, Annette. Oh, wonderful. Thank you for being honest and sharing that. It's something that my mentor taught me about, and it's something that I've I guess dealt with as well over the years, but I very quickly seek out anything that comes up all the time. Michelle, love it. Sarah, I do get some on and off feelings about it sometimes. Yeah. And I think for business owners, I think we're probably in a bit of a different situation to most, because we're the ones that have to keep getting up every day and moving forward and taking action and going out there and selling ourselves and putting ourselves under the spotlight, and not even in terms of the media, but just in terms of networking events and sales and meetings. We're the ones that have to do that. We don't have a boss to fall behind. We're it. So I think it's probably front and center for us as business owners more so than maybe others. That's just my personal opinion and perception, but I'm really glad to hear that you guys are saying this. Sarah says it's not really a constant thing that happens, but it does intermittently occur. Yeah, absolutely. And, this is something that all this experience, we have good days and we have days that aren't so great. And some days it's really, hello Wayne, some days it's really easier for us to move through these blockages and, to get to that next level. And other days, we just have to sit in that feeling and maybe not do as much as we'd planned, or just pull back a little bit and just take those little doona days as such. It's important that we do that as well. And it's not something that has to happen all the time. You might get it sometimes, you might get it, not very often at all. But what I want to stress to you is that there's people out there that can help move you through these challenges very, very quickly. And, I've worked with a few people. I've worked with probably 4 people that I could name off the top of my hat here. And it's so powerful, because once you can move that block and you can free up that space. Imagine freeing up that space, Annette. Imagine not ever having to have that, and Michelle, or having to have that message, that record running through your brain, because it takes up space, it takes up mental capacity, and it takes up room where other things could be happening. And I find when I deal with this and I release it, things come to me much more quicker. I'll get new leads, and I can move through things, with ease, like a knife, a warm knife cutting through butter. Pink bubbling. Yes, Annette. I love your pink bubble technique. I thought that was wonderful. I did that when you did that with Renee. I actually used that. And sorry, just to clear that. And it's, it's really important to do that. So when you come up, in essence, what I wanted to say was, yes, the imposter syndrome exists. It's real. It's there. It's like I say, Annette, fear and procrastination are best friends, and they hang out together a lot, and they talk about what you're not going to do while they're hanging around, because while they're hanging around, they've got control. So I encourage you to do what you can to push through the fear, work with someone, help release it. Not push it as in drive, but get support where you need it, whether that's through myself or another mentor, or a healer. I work with some great healers here in Perth that have really helped me push through things and just release. And some of it's even handed down through DNA. Jen Froome is great in this space in working with DNA and shifting things that have been handed down through the generations, and subconsciously we carry it. And it could be this feeling of, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough. It could be something that was, particularly for women, handed down through the generations, because we're basically told, stay in the kitchen, look after the kids, and this is what you're meant to do. You're not supposed to go out and grow a business. You're not supposed to go out and sell yourself and to make a difference. So when we've got generations and generations of this on us, it can be difficult to overcome that. Where would be a good place to find someone that would want to be someone's mentor? Asking for a friend, lol. Great question, Sarah. Great question. Mentoring is something that I do with business owners, and it's really important to make sure that when you are being mentored by someone, that they have the results that you want, or they've experienced the results that you want. I have my mentor, Paul Council, in Tassie as well. He's been living in Perth a long time, but has recently moved to Tassie. He's brilliant. Ingrid Arna is somebody else that I'm working with at the moment too. She's good. And, as I said, there's Jen Froome, and there's also another woman here in Perth, Anne Marie. I don't know her surname, but she's a soul, what is she? A soul alignment therapist, and she works directly with what your soul needs and its highest intention, what needs to be moved now. And I found that really powerful in terms of, and I've often said I feel like Doctor Who regenerating, like, whoa, business is really starting to boom now. And that's because I'm shifting these underlying things, these blocks that are really holding me back. And also, and a lot of the work that I've done with my mentors and with Jen as well, really important. So, if you're finding it stifling your business growth, or you're getting these voices in your head and you're finding it really challenging to move forward, or you might take, one step forward and then 4 steps back, try and release, just go and find someone, hit me up for the details, release it, and then you'll find that you'll just keep going forward. And as business owners, that's what we have to do, is keep moving forward every day. Right. Any questions? Any other questions? Sarah, did that help? You can also PM me if you would like further details on that. Funny. And thanks for your contribution as well around Fortnite too, Sarah. That was good. Good to know. It was on the news again last night. Crazy. So if there's no questions, I would like to say thank you, as always, for tuning in. I hope this has been of value to you. And yeah, just, if you're wanting to experience that business growth and abundance, and Annette, I know that you're already experiencing this in the last month, of working with me and just really trying to move that fear and feel the fear and do it anyway, and get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. That's where growth happens. That's where growth happens, when we get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable and go, it feels a little bit icky, but I'm going to do it anyway. And that's where real results come. Sarah, yeah, I will flick you my calendar if you want, and we can maybe catch up at that cafe I saw you at around the corner. That would be cool. That would be cool. Your shout? Yeah, that'd be great. All right, I am going to... Oh, thank you, Annette. Annette's always of value and very helpful. This is what I'm aiming to be, because if more people can experience success and accelerated success, you know, that's a win for everyone. It doesn't have to be a hard slog. It doesn't have to be a daily grind. Yes, it takes hard work. Yes, it takes a lot of dedication and commitment. But, you know, with having effective people around you that can help guide, mentor and support you, you can get to where you want to go a lot quicker. And as I heard you say on your podcast interview today, Net, great podcast. You killed it. You absolutely owned it. You know, what did you say? You're in your 50s and you don't have time to sit around and wait. You want to get things out there happening now, which is brilliant. All right. Thank you again. And Sarah, I'll shoot you a PM, and I might jump over to my closed page, Media, Money and Magnetism, and just do a quick video over there. All right. It's bye from me.